China has blasted the United States for flying a pair of B-52 bombers near disputed islands in the South China Sea. China has blasted the United States for flying a pair of B-52 bombers near disputed islands in the South China Sea, further fueling tensions between the two countries.
Tim, what is behind the U.S.-China security rivalry?
Broadly speaking and over the long term, the Chinese position seems to be get out of our way, while the American position seems to be let us continue to have our way. In other words, let us continue in the old post-World War II dispensation in which we were the primary guarantors of peace within this region. Now, both of the two countries' positions are understandable, and neither of them is achievable. China cannot simply have its way. Not only is the United States firmly in Asia-Pacific, but there are other sovereign nations that have territorial claims and that have militaries and important economies. The United States probably can't continue to have its way either. Some kind of refinements or allowances are probably going to have to be made for China's rising power. The U.S. doesn't yet seem willing to give China a little bit more strategic space. For example, in the case of the Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank, where China has the potential to bring a high level of badly needed lending capacity to the region, the United States has been resistant to that, has been encouraging others to be resistant to that. So we seem not to want to welcome China as an institution builder. We need to find ways to be open, while not compromising on principles, to China's proposing new rules or refining old ones. China, on its part, refuses to be specific. It makes the claim regularly that while it is a beneficiary of the existing set of security and financial arrangements, it also now wishes to refine them or improve them. We need to be open to that. They need to be specific about what that would entail. And in the meantime, all of these suspicions and these security concerns seem to be coalescing around the question of the 9-dash line that China draws in the South China Sea, but that it refuses to define. It doesn't define where it is geographically, nor does it define what it means in legal terms. It's getting closer to trying to define historic rights within the 9-dash line, and the United States is getting more and more explicit about our rejection of that line as having any meaning under international law. This is where the conflict seems to be focused, even as cooperation and deeply mutually beneficial interaction in the economic and other realms is going on in every other part of the relationship.
or 7. 98-1. Weisel. I think Wally's about to crack out of Foster. Yeah, let him do it. Lose you in radar and radio here in weather notice for surface and SL for your approach bus.
Now we got left on track. 40 minutes, copy.
Flight, Spurs 71, gonna push it up and try and overtake you. Fight east.
Is that good air? Okay. Lost in the radar. Okay, open the radar.
Join on lead. We'll give you approximately 37K. Don't want to drop back. Level 10, Shabakir, please drive. Nice day, 2 Coach 3. Yes, we want to follow your flight plan or get some more direct. Here's directional takeoff. Over time. 563 of 3D. That was the controller. That was like a... I think that is not like AWAC. Sorry.
I'm here.
Full 475. Sweetie says, please.
247 got what?
If you maintain on the opposite side, you'll 1118, please.
Say again, sorry.
Moving, coming real good.
Juliet, contact speed down 133 decimal 260 today. 4560, 133 decimal 6080. Hello. Again, I have a holding clearance for you, active back. The year is 1960. Differential 921, contact the track 9119. Romeo 11, Psycho, copies from Mikey.
The Sparrows, actually.